Come September 21, those citizens will go out there to elect a new leader, a new governor, 17 political parties, 17 candidates, 16 male, 1 female. They are all fighting just for a spot at the Dennis Osadebe Avenue. Some people are like talking about factors to consider for those citizens to go out there to cast their vote. Some are saying these citizens may just focus on what is happening at the federal level to make up their mind. Others are saying no, they may just look at what is going on at the state level to make up their mind on who to vote for. What do you feel about this? I still have my analysts in the studio, Kenneth Iraki, Samuel Higato, and of course Jimmy Yoko. We take a look at them. All right, he has a sympathy for Labour Party. Somebody got to have a sympathy for APC. And of course, Jamaica is sympathetic with the PDP. So, gentlemen, people are saying that what we are saying is closer than we think. 21 September is just too close to us. Hence, politicians are working night and day to make sure that they're able to convince Edo State citizens. Do you think they are going to focus on what is happening in the federal or in the state? You can take it down to the local government to make a decision. What can you make out of this? I want to start off with Jimmy. I started off with you in the first discussion segment, not to worry. So Jimmy, you have the floor. What do you think will form the mentality of those citizens that will make them to go out there to vote?
Okay, thank you very much. Well, I understand that, when you have a message, you will always remember that the time is near. Yeah. Just like a student who is preparing for exam, who knows that there is so much to do, to cover. So you start very early, and you feel that the exam is very close, even when it is a year away. And that is why you see that the candidate of the PDP, that's Aswe Ighodalo.
Mind you, we're not here to campaign. Let's be clear.
It's not a campaign. I'm just citing an example, which all of us have seen. That Aswe Ighodalo, having so much to do for the people, waiting for people to hear, believes that the people's idea needs to be well guided because of the decision that is waiting for them on September 21st. Because of that, you see him moving across the length and breadth of Nigeria, of Edo State, visiting markets, will be visiting everybody, holding conferences with people, students and all that, going to villages and different rural areas to tell the people, okay, this is it. And that is what politics is about. That is what the people need to have. Because we cannot afford to have Edo people just come out, choose on the basis of primordial sentiments. But we should be based on what the issues really are. Now, whether what is happening in the federal level is going to form the mind, the decision of the people in Edo State is not a very strange thing. Because whether you like it or not, there is party ideology. We were here some weeks ago to talk about that. And the conclusion that was shared by all the discussants here was the fact that party ideology matters. Every political party is expected to have ideology. That is why you have it, the Republican, the Democrat in the United States of America. So in Nigeria, there's a certain political party that is at the federal level right now. If all the policies that be initiated by that party, if all their doings, the workings of the political party, of the federal government, has not gone down well with the people, if it has increased poverty in the land, if it has increased inflation, if it has destroyed our economy and destroyed our potential for production, then Edo people are not living out of the shores of Nigeria. They are within the country. They are feeling the heat of the economy. So definitely, Edo people know. They will also understand that, we will not go this way. This is the way we'll go. So there's no way we have a failing political party at the federal level and expect that Edo people are going to think less of using that one to inform their decision. September 21st will come, and the people of Edo State, if they do not want to align themselves with what is happening at the federal level, the policies that have been made at the federal level, it is not at the stage we are going to do that, because we have not had it that a state, a president from a particular political party and the same governor from the same political party, the governor is expected to flow along the same line with the president, and because the political parties have their own ideas.
All right.
The ideologies govern all of them. So if Edo people, when Edo people come out on the 21st of September, the first thing that is going to be in their mind, not going to be in their mind, that is already in their mind, even as we speak, is that they have made a mistake to have allowed the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu to come into Nigeria. From 2015, when we had the mistake of allowing Buhari to come into Nigeria as the president, you see what has happened. Right. The economy has been consistently destroyed from one state to the other. Check inflation rate, the prices of goods and services. Look at them. Check the exchange rate. Everything, all the Buhari wanted to fight corruption. Then, at the end of the day, this administration and that of Tinubu is even giving example to how corruption can be at the highest. So, Edo people cannot come out to say that we are aware of this one. We still want to put our eggs in that basket. It's not going to be possible.
I'll come back to you, Jimmy. Now, Samuel, over to you. Now, he said your party, which you have sympathy for, are not really doing well. If they take a look at it dispassionately, they might not want to go that way. Take it up from there.
I want to clear my brother 2 points before I continue to go to Edo. When you speak of the federal, I will remember my brother that in 2015, Ukojo Owela told us Nigeria is bankrupt. Our central bank governor said Nigerian is bankrupt. All prominent economists said Nigerian is bankrupt. That Nigeria cannot move forward like that. But I was still telling, even though people might complain, Buhari government brought a sign of hardship on us. I take no doubt from that. But Buhari government on its own did well too, in some aspects. Infrastructural development, he did well. That it did not impact on us, those are sentiments to decide. Rail, all these modern buses, the whole thing, roads, Buhari did all these things. There were infrastructural development, bridges. Even in the former president, Jonathan's hometown, it was Buhari that built the very first bridge where Jonathan was. Then you did not do it. So when we're already criticizing, we just want to call everything a bad name. Whichever way, Buhari government did his own to his own best and have left the power. He could not manage the economy. Those are people that are there. Buhari is not to do everything. That's why he has Minister for Finance. He has Minister for Budget, has Minister for Health, Minister for different things. I believe the accessibility of these ministers is where we have problems as Nigerians. Holding ourselves accountable for situations. We'd like to have a scapegoat. When we all say, Buhari ba, nobody asks question, how did the health minister perform in his own field, with all the portfolios, with all the money pushed to him? How did the different governors that were collecting money, how did they perform during Buhari individually? We don't ask those questions. But in a modern democratic system, like where I was in Germany, we hardly question the chancellor when we are looking for accountability. Most especially the mayors, those close to us, we question them. They question them, they hold them ransom. They are to go and hold the president ransom. They are close to us. They receive allocations. They receive portfolios.
Are you talking about Buhari or Tinubu right now?
I'm talking about Buhari,
okay,
which he criticized as the devilish government. I want to correct some intents.
No,
I correct that intent, sir. I correct the intents. Because all these bridges we are enjoying today, all this infrastructure, Buhari did them. Don't forget. Don't forget, please. Let's take that as a good for him. Federal road, he did well. Only in some places, we know what happened. So let's leave that aside. All government are always bad. There are good sides in government. That is why you see, whenever I criticize the government, I will come to Edo State. Whenever I criticize the government, I tell you where he have done well. I will tell you where he has done woefully.
All right.
Without no fear or favor.
All right.
Then when we leave that aspect, he said, Edo State. Which party in Edo State have done so well? Abba Nishu from Professor Ambusali, Ogbemudia, in this state, in terms of infrastructural, in terms of economical development. Which party have done well in Edo State? It is, we are not blind. We are all enlightened. APC, as a government of Comrade Adams Shomole, showed Benin that the so-called village city that cannot be modernized by the PDP that claim that it is a traditional city should not be touched like this. But he showed us that a traditional city can be a modern city with walkways, with drainages, with everything, red roof. We saw all this happening simultaneously in a different senatorial district, not only one. Who did it? APC government. And since that APC government have left 2016, I would like him to enlighten us too. Maybe we are not that enlightened. What have been the major legacy that the PDP government have given us for the past 7 years and a half? A major legacy. That what they did, that apart from the civil servant, I keep saying it, the civil servant benefited this government for 7 years. Yes, they got all what they wanted. But how many percent are the civil servant? If in the maximum 10% of the citizen, we are the 90%. What are they feeling today? They are feeling the same hunger, irrespective of the billions the federal government brought to this state, Edo State, to the Obaseki government, as refund from federal refunds. Billions, we have not seen the impact. Billions for agriculture, we have not seen the impact. The impact is being benefited by the Chinese and by the foreign investor, because the people of Edo people are not getting the impact of all these companies they brought to us.
All right.
Then we go far as to the Tinubu regime. We know what this state government is getting every month recently from the subsidy removal. What has been the impact on Edo people? Apart from you tell us you are buying diesel for a bus. Buses, you brought buses, your buses are all condemned. You went back to go and bring the Oshomole bus back again because it's stronger. He should have asked me how Oshomole got those buses
So
before he brought his red buses.
You are going to react to all this?
Yes, I will. He should have a right to react. He will react first.
Sure,
let me finish up.
Please, anchor.
You gave him a lot of time to explain himself just then.
course.
Give me the time to also explain. Okay, let me round up.
Yes.
I'm just asking questions. This is things that we are not blind to.
All right.
In Edo State.
All right.
We know PDP has woefully failed Edo State.
Okay.
They had the opportunity, they have thrown it off. And the people are yearning for either to go back to APC or to choose something else.
I'll come back to
and
you.
I will tell you what is going to happen last.
We will get there. You take more time. Now, Kennedy.
The fight is between APC and Labour. PDP have nothing to offer.
You opened the floor, and of course, someone reacted. But in your own case, the party you have sympathy for, Labour Party, they're not being in the federal level or the state level. So, what do you think they can do?
Well, first of all, you wanted us to speak to the issues that we formulate.
Socio-economic.
That will formulate the factors that people will look at.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to say this. If the people are hungry, a system where people are hungry, food becomes an issue. It is very bizarre, and you cannot really predict what people will do. The people are angry with the government of the day, both the federal and state. We are here analyzing not everybody can analyze like this. Just give them food. That's what they need.
Yeah.
And when they get food, so people are going to look at it from that perspective. 25 years we have been in this dispensation of democracy. And we have seen one thing. One of the things that got me angry the most about this dispensation is what Obasanjo did some time ago when he shifted the conduct of the local government election from the hands of INEC and gave it to some a state institution called ESEC in Edo, and and ever since we have begun to experience the comatose nature of a local government. No performance in that level. My brother said something that took my attention. The government at the lowest level is the government that the people see every day.
Yeah.
It is that government that should be more accountable to them than the government at the higher level. But there was a president who probably, I don't want to blame him so much. He felt probably he was doing the right thing at that time. But we have seen today that that has been our albatross. Because today, we look at state government, we look at federal government. The people at the grassroots look at them and say, oh, they are not doing well. But they don't even talk about the local government.
That's close.
Because there's practically, I contested the local government election under the Labour Party last. I did not even vote in my...
The mandate was stolen.
Yes, it was stolen. They didn't bring materials. They did not bring materials to my police station.
Is that the issue we're talking about
No,
right
sir.
now?
No, sir.
Focus on the
No,
issue.
sir.
Things that can help people to understand.
I will. They didn't bring materials, but the results were declared. That's how bad it is. So you stand a chance of now having people serve in local government who are not really qualified to do so. Now, when we are now discussing the issues, we need to ask each of our candidates, will you allow a local government election that will be beneficial to the people? One issue. Secondly, Okojo-Iweala had said in 2015 that we are running aground already. We have started seeing the sign from Jonathan's time, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
It's just that, I'm sorry to say, sir, the ineptitude, economic ineptitude of people like Buhari could not show up the decline and allow us to, have an economy that could grow. Sir, do you know that successive governments in this country have said, oh, we will diversify the economy. Oh, we will diversify the economy. But when you put them there for 8 years, all they do is go back to the oil. When they go back to the oil, the bunkering is taking place. People in their government, under their noses, are part and parcel of the bunkering. And all the criminality is going on in the high sea against our economy. But nothing goes on. They do nothing about it. They rely so much on this oil. They take whatever they get from this oil. They begin to have a government that is so large.
So how is it going to affect the choice of the people come September 21?
These are the issues we are conversing before the people. I'm sorry to say this. I may anger my two friends here.
You're free.
PDP and APC are like two sides of a coin. And the people must begin to see them like that, so that the people will reach out for an option. They must reach out for an option. Because if you do not try this third option to also know what they can bring to the table, you'll be doing yourself a disservice, recycling the same thing over and over again. If you also take a look at, my friend was trying to talk about his own candidate. Mr. Igiato did not really talk about his candidate. He spoke about his candidate. Fine. He should speak about the candidate. People should speak about their candidate. Maybe not on this forum. The truth of the matter is this. One thing you must consider in an election, the political environment on which candidates emerge is very important.
Important, yeah.
The political environment. What are the beliefs
Of the people.
of those people in that environment? The existence of godfatherism that has led rivers to their point. So does it exist in some of these governments? The people must also be, their attention must be drawn to this issue.
Right.
A party that does not have all those incumbrances that could slow down its candidate if he emerges as governor should also be considered. Then, one thing about leadership. Leadership is not what we read in books. That is a practical thing that deals with capacity, character, competence, compassion, empathy. Obaseki in this current regime would rather destroy a hospital and build a museum. And you ask yourself,
Destroy a library and
you ask yourself, the ordinary man in Ugbogyobo, what is his relationship with a museum? But I'm sure he has a relationship with a hospital. If a healthcare center is put somewhere. You understand? In as much as a museum is a beautiful idea, but it is not what our people need. So when you begin to do things that the people do not need, because you are governor, you must push through your ideas, you must establish what you want to establish, it becomes an issue. You are not a part of the people. One of the major problems Ighodalo Asue will have is an aloofness to the people.
I'll come back to you.
It's so aloof to the people.
Back to you now.
He's just pretending now to move from place to place. He's so detached from the people.
Hold on, I'll come back to you. Well, Jimmy, the party you have sympathy for seems to like, not really do well according to both of them. For what someone said, billions of given to the state since the removal of subsidy. Use the word states, not only Edo State, that Edo State is not really the impact said for the civil servant. They said your candidate will not get to campaign is far from the people that are just going from one point to the other campaign, but it's so far. And he talked about converting a hospital to either a museum or a library. I don't know where he got that
That's
from.
true.
He said
Specialist hospital.
this might just form the decision of the people when it's time for them to take it up from there.
All right. Shopping complex.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, I do not think that it is not very visible to everybody in the state that the candidate that is being projected by the PDP is actually the main person in consideration of Edo people right now. We have established the fact. I'm very happy that my brothers have agreed that the party manifestos, parties' ideologies and philosophies are part of what there is a relationship between that and a foreseen performance of a candidate. I am very happy that they accepted that. Even though my big brother from the APC has said that Buhari cannot be held responsible. That instead, we should be talking about those who
not
work with
alone.
him.
I said both the governor, the minister, they all should be accountable.
So the truth is like the minister he used as an example, the minister of health. You remember this man worked for 8 years. 8 years. There was never a time the president said, "Come, you are not doing very well, please leave now."
Okay.
So if he worked for 8 years, it means that the president was very okay with him. and the minister never contested the election. It is Buhari that contested. So it's his name that we are going to use when we are talking about performance of that administration as a whole. So I agree.
Buhari has done his part, but we have our President Bola Tinubu right now.
Yeah, no,
and then just the election is coming
I agree.
Up. Yes.
I am very happy too that he did not say too much about Bola Ahmed Tinubu because we understand that what is happening in the federal government, even though my brothers have said that because you conjure Wella and all of that, seen this. Yes. Look at it, sir. When we use figures, when you correlate figures, statistical figures, that when you correlate them, you do not use them to interpret what is on ground now, because that is not the idea. You pick figures to see ahead of time.
Project.
And as at 2015, these professionals sat down and put some figures together and said, and when those figures are put together, it is not figures of 2 years or 3 years. It's figures of many years altogether. They now say, if we go by this trend, something like this is going to happen. Recession happens. It happens in every part of the world. How you manage it shows your capability. Now, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan managed that to the extent that bag of rice was still sold for 6,000 naira. He was able to manage that inflation rate was still 9.5%. He managed that to the extent that dollar naira was 460. No, 200 and is it 197? 197 naira to the dollar. That shows that even though these experts correlated figures and said this is going to happen, that it means that the man was capable. That is why he was able to manage it to that extent. Thank you very much. You know, I try to say that what we try to say when we look at the federal government just now, the summary of that is to prove to you that APC as a political party and certain political parties need good ideology to prosper in our political terrain, and the people of Edo State are not oblivious to that fact. If you look at what has happened, you see that there is no progress that has been associated with the party that is at the federal level. The only person which they seem to be so proud of is Adams Oshomole, who made his marks in Edo State. Yes, I do not belong to the APC, but I will give him respect. The truth is because he started not under APC. Adams Oshomole was not driven by the ideology of APC. But the moment the party came up, called APC, all across Nigeria, it has been chaotic. There's nothing good about it. And those states now, even though my good brother mentioned some things, he said that Governor Obaseki has increased, that the civil servants have enjoyed so much from the administration.
He said kudos to him, that's what he said.
Yes, he said only that one. He said, but only that one. How many are they? That's what he said. I wish to let him remember there's something we call multiplier effect. He also mentioned that the governor, most of the things that are happening in the economy of the state is only being enjoyed by foreign investors, in quotes. So he said. So I want to remind him that there's some concept of multiplier. No governor, no president is ever able to come and minister directly to the needs of each person in the state. But by coming to attend to an institution, an organization, or certain individuals, there's a multiplier effect that goes across. Even if it is 2,000 civil servants we have in the state, but the fact that the governor has made them stable, these persons are leaders of so many families. So if the whole family, their businesses, all of them, they are doing well, those states can be doing well. So the idea is this. I am not the party, Labour Party. I do not think, to be very honest with you, I don't think the people of Edo State are actually thinking so much about Labour Party. The reason is because Labour Party came into limelight when the persons in the PDP agitated that something happened at the federal level, at the national level in the party, and felt it was not supposed to be so, and decided to say, irrespective of this is the person who is supposed to be doing this.
All right.
And we said, no, come sir.
Please,
that obedient movement now build an illusion, which is now pushing those who feel that there is Labour Party.
Illusion?
Yes, because it is not real anymore. They must wake up. Before election, they will wake up to see the reality that obedient movement is not Labour Party. Labour Party is just the obedient party is far more. Okay. I feel that with the character, with the competence, all the capabilities that the candidates of a certain political party possess is going to be a formative tool.
Thank you.
For Edo people to decide.
All right, thank you. All right, now, for your party, he said nothing good, chaotic, and all that. Take a look at the center. And he said for your party, Labour Party, he said it's an illusion. But you react first to it.
I'll take a correction to him.
Yes.
He said himself that he gives the kudos to Adams Oshomole. What party was Adams Oshomole?
ACN.
ACN to APC. First tenure ACN, second tenure APC. Sir, with all due respect, you use a word, I want to correct that. You say all APC is wrong. And I want to correct you too. Ebonyi State, what party is in Ebonyi State that have brought high infrastructure development recently? What party is in Kwara State that are building infrastructure and doing a lot of things? APC. What party is in Niger State
What is the minimum wage?
Listen, sir. You said they are all cows, and I'm correcting your cows now. You are talking of minimum wage.
Minimum wage that started how many months
Why have
ago?
they not accepted?
This is your time.
What
You're
has
using
to do?
right now.
What has to do with minimum wage, my brother? What has to do with minimum wage? The federal government have already negotiated. They are negotiating with labor. Different state governments are the one opposing.
Such as Ebonyi State.
I don't care to know which state. This is not a bad state. You heard it now. You're even reading it on the headline. That the states want to start negotiating themselves. That is not one state. So don't use one state as an instance on such decision. What I want to clear, my brother, the same candidate he's claiming that he want to come and rule at those states, first and foremost, have no connect to his people, according to my brother. That is a very big, important situation.
It is true.
And this same person has been in government for more than 7 years. He was in part of Oshomole. He was in part of Obaseki. What has been his impactation on his fellow people, on his constituency where he came from?
Don't forget the topic.
Yes, listen.
Socio-economic
What
status
will,
of the
what will
states
help
at the
people?
federal
Yes.
level, yes.
What will help the people?
Yes.
It's what will decide for the people to vote.
Okay.
That is why I'm placing these questions. What has he done as a social help to his people in the 7 years of being in government? Zero. Not a single borehole can be called to his name. Not a single transformer can be called to your name, to your own people. Then you have been a bank manager, highest position in 3 different banks.
CEO.
Listen, the highest position. What have you impact on your people in Eastern Land? What have you impact on our people at those states? Through those positions you had. Antecedent will play a lot of role. Because if you have not been in any way social helping, you do any social project to help your people, and you want to just come one day and say you want to come and start doing it. And Elder asked a question when he went to the village. He said, whenever we always needed you, you were always in one big position up. We never saw you. They say, Junior, sir, I have the video if you want me to play.
Don't forget the topic. Is that you're debating
Listen,
the topic.
no, I'm not debating. I want to clear his doubt on some points. What will make people to choose who is the right candidate to be voted for? Because that's the purpose we are here. There are many questions the people are going to ask. It's not merely about the party. It's also about the person contesting. The figure of the person contesting matters. His antecedent matters. What have he done for us?
All right.
And then you want to now tell me that this same elder man that said, but whenever we run to that your junior brother that did not go to school very well, he always help us. It's a statement. It's a statement. Because this same candidate, you said is not good because of his party. I want to tell you, it's not campaigning. This same candidate, when he was not yet a senator, he has done very well for his people. He has been assisting his people in socio-economical ways, putting scholarship, boreholes, electricity, construction of roads, when he has not what he was. He now became a senator. He used that same opportunity because now he had more finance. He also impacted on his people.
All right.
And then now make a decision.
So you are saying
listen,
it's not
and now make a
based
decision.
on socio-economic status of the state
Yes.
of the individual.
Yeah, it to be on the individual, what the antecedent of individual.
I'll come back to you.
So now,
Yes.
you
Please
want
anchor.
to say something. You want to say something.
Yes.
I want to clear him. If the Godfather did not perform very well, and the people are crying, and which we know, upon the billions that has come to this state, then you now expect that the godson that has been there with him that could not advise him on the better way to impact on the people.
Thank you.
He's not the one that will do better
Thank you, sir.
than who is leading.
Thank you, sir.
That is a very wrong impression of the people.
Okay.
And the people of
Let me
those
come
who
to
are very,
Kennedy.
very enlightened, they will ask a lot of questions.
Let me come to Kennedy. Now, Kennedy, he said...
He advised Oshomole did well.
He said
Why did he advise
Labour
Obasanjo did not do
It's an
well?
the
illusion.
party is an illusion that when the time comes,
Antecedent
they
will
are
play a lot
going
of
to
role
see.
of individuals.
Basing it on the topic, you know, the economic status of the state or the nation as a whole, do you say those people forgetting these two things and focusing more on the candidates?
Please, sir, before I go into that, I'll go into your question. What is an illusion here?
Oh, my word.
Is when a particular government, a governor is seated, he has a head of economic management team. Together, they have been able to plunge us into high level of indebtedness.
The highest debt so far now.
Edo State today owes close to 600 billion naira. Go and check, go and verify.
But all states are owing.
Wait, where did it
All
start?
states are owing.
No, it's not a matter. It is not about borrowing. It is what do you do with those finances? Then I'll give you another shocker. A CBN publication in April says that Edo State is one of the states that is borrowing currently to pay salary. As at that April, the publication said 15.6 billion naira is what Edo State has borrowed to pay salaries. Because of political expediency, he quickly went to tell the people 70,000 naira minimum wage. Well, we relaxed. Some of us were wondering, how can one who is already borrowing to pay salaries now also up the minimum wage?
It's a publication.
It's a CNN publication. A CNN publication. I will show
CNN?
you to you.
Did you
Yes,
say
a CNN publication. Don't
CNN?
worry, don't worry. If you want me to show it to
Did you
you.
say CNN?
No, not CNN.
CBN.
CBN. I want to do CBN, not CNN.
CBN.
CBN rather.
No,
Central Bank of
I'm coming
Nigeria.
to you.
Because that
Central
is
Bank of
borrowing the
Nigeria.
money for
Yes,
paying
I'm very sorry about that.
salary.
Error. The Central Bank of Nigeria. Now, who is an illusion? Now, the Labour Party, he claimed that it was the PDP that made the Labour Party what it is. That's a fallacy. It is not true. The ordinary man in the street calls himself an obedient, even though he's not even holding meetings with anybody. They responded to Obi coming into Labour Party. I will not argue with you that Obi coming into Labour Party is not exactly what exacerbated the popularity of Labour Party. Yes, that is it. But it was something that even APC members, PDP members, and the ordinary Nigerians who are not holding meetings anywhere agreed with, and they became followers of Labour Party. We are in the streets. I'm a campaign coordinator in my party right now. Now, we go to the streets every day. We were in the streets yesterday. We're also going to the streets after this thing. The Labour Party is in the lips of everyone. The only issue that the people are raising is, look at what they did to you. They did to your presidential candidate. They did to our House of Assembly candidate. They did it to me in the council election. How are we sure that you people will be able to contain them this time? Who did all of this? Majority of this was done by Edo State.
Okay. Now, please put my foot on because I'm not accusing right now.
No, it's ESEC. ESEC, and, you know, let's forget that. Now, they are only asking us, how are you going to contain them this time? That is the only issue that the question the people want us to answer. Otherwise, the people have said they are tired of the two parties. They want to make a decision that is different from the ones that they have been making. That the only thing holding them back is, are we sure that what happened before will not happen again? The people are on the verge of making a landmark decision. And we in Labour Party are assuring everybody that it is going to be different this time.
Thank you. Now, gentlemen, you have one. Okay, we have less than 2 minutes to go. So let's say 30 seconds each to summarize your points. You don't go beyond that, I will cut you off. So what advice do you have for the people? Should they focus on what is happening in the state economically, or the nation economically, or they just focus on the individual? 30 seconds. Jimmy, you start off.
Of course, Edo people they already understand that an individual is one that is going to become governor. And what that individual has attained matters. And I want to give this this question as a guide to Edo people, that if you know that you have a private company, that you want to appoint a manager, you have a person like Aswa Igodalo, you have the candidate of the APC and that of the Labour Party. If you know you have a private company and these persons come, the one you will appoint to be manager, appoint him, vote for the person.
Thank you so much. Samuel, 30 seconds, don't go beyond that.
Well, I think our Edo-lights are very enlightened. I will advise the Edo people, look at the antecedent of the 3 contesting candidates, irrespective of party. Because when a man wins the election, he's no more the governor of one party, he's the governor of Edo State. Think of who can make you great again.
Thank you.
And if we look at all the antecedents so far, I think we need to change Edo to the next level.
Thank you so much, Samuel. Kennedy, please. briefly,
Vote
30 seconds.
compassion, vote empathy. Do not vote those who will overlook the people to project their own interest. Labour Party is the
Hold
party
on now, this is where I put my foot down. No campaigning.
that has a
No
candidate
campaigning.
that will do all of that.
I knew I was going to say that. I have to come immediately. I'm
sorry.
You heard them. You heard them. Well, if you want to choose based on what is happening in the state, the choice is yours. If you want to choose based on what is happening in the federal level, at the federal level, socio-economically speaking, the choice is yours. If you want to go by individuals that candidates, 17 of them, pick one. The choice is yours. Mind you, the opinions is theirs. It has nothing to do with ITV, okay? They are here speaking from their own, by themselves, what they feel about what is going to happen come September 21. But those citizens, you have to please choose wisely. Gentlemen, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate a wonderful analysis. We'll do it again next week Sunday, God willing. Bye for now.